Interestingly, the olfactory system, the smell system, has a direct input into your memory system. And I think that's one of the very unique things about the human brain is that, you know, your memories are a lived experience. They have this sort of richness to it. AI systems don't have that access to that richness. They may recall or be able to classify an input, but certainly not recall the multimodal, the multidimensional type of information that you experience.
And that's the essence of human cognition. It's an embodied cognition, right?
Yeah, it's really this lived experience.
I get what he's saying. Computers can't smell or taste or touch. A human baby learns and remembers in all these ways, so our sensory brains give us a leg up from the start.
Do you think the AI can replicate the human brain?
No.
Not ever?
Oh my gosh, you know, you never say never, right?
Taufik helped me understand the complex relationship between our brains and our bodies. How would we ever replicate that in a machine? Remember those 360-degree photos?
Chris?
Hi.
Chris
Yeah,
built a
great.
3D model with them.
So this is some of the data that's streaming to
Wow.
your avatar.
He works with Pixamondo, a visual effects company that collaborates with Hossein's
This is
company.
your avatar.
Wow. Oh my gosh, you've got my beauty marks and everything. Ew.
It's gonna get way more creepy.
Yeah? Oh yeah, I've got great teeth.
We have to
Oh, that's wild.
get a lot of the mouth phonetics today. Okay, I'm gonna need a line from you, and it's gonna sound weird.
Okay. The odd toy cow ate green oat cheese.
Perfect. Okay, and just cut it.
I'm also recording some stories I think my girls will want to hear. Who knows if they'll remember it by the time they're my age. But by then, maybe we'll have found a way to replicate the human brain.
Your face into the cake.
Alison Watry has done pioneering research in brain development. He's the director of the UC San Diego stem cell program. And he's discovered a way to grow human brain cells in a petri dish.
I think many people do not fully understand or comprehend that science is in a stage now where we can generate brain cells in the lab, inside the dish, in a tissue culture. My lab focuses on human brain development and evolution, and we recreate the human brain outside the body using stem cells. And we do it to model human neurological conditions where there is no other model, for example, Alzheimer's disease or dementia. So my lab has been focused on producing protocols to recreate what we call brain organoids.
Organoids are clusters of brain cells that form a simple neural network, but in a dish instead of a womb.
So these are early stages, probably like reaching 2 weeks old, and this is a 10x magnification.
The amazing thing is that these lab-grown brain cells know exactly what to do. They can grow and develop without instruction. The implications extend well beyond neurological research. Imagine what this means for artificial intelligence.
All the neural networks that we use for artificial intelligence are kind of rigid, so they're limited on what they can do. The human brain doesn't work that way. We are more flexible. This is what we call neuroplasticity. And we can mimic that in a software, in a computer yet, because we just don't know how the brain does. So by studying how these neurons self-wire in these brain organoids, perhaps we can create artificial intelligence algorithms that are more human-like.
Can these organoids become much more complex and nuanced? Like, could they begin to formulate thought?
I do think that in the future this is definitely possible, especially if we start adding the enabling structures that is required for a brain to store a memory. This is a microarray with electrodes printed in the bottom of the dishes. This is the plate that we use to record the activity from the organoids.
These brain cells are firing signals, speaking to each other, because that's in their nature. Brain cells form networks and communicate.
That's when you see this high level of synchronized activity among neurons. In the computer, we see it as a different waveform.
They decided to try and connect these brain signals to a robot.
The original idea was, okay, let's get something that has legs. So we team up with a team that works on the robotic platform, and we start fitting the robot with the human signal.
They fed the brain organoid signals through the computer to the robot.
All right. That's cool, right? I love. Yeah. This is coming from a cell that we reprogrammed. We made a brain organoid. That brain organoid now sends signals and is interacting with a robotic interface. Some people keep asking or imagining, wow, I mean, can these organoids at one point become consciousness or self-aware of their status as an organoid in a dish? And I think that's possible. We don't have any evidence that this is happening now, but it might be that in the future we'll get to that stage.
It makes me wonder how soon it will be before it's not just insect robots, but androids powered by artificially created brains. We've imagined them as replicants in Blade Runner, where they're part other, part us, and that's kind of freaky.
I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. All those moments will be lost in time, like tears in rain.
This is one of the most famous death soliloquies in film, and it points to what we cherish most about being human. Can we replicate that?